Hi and welcome back to the channel. This is Joy. I'm so glad that you're joining us today. I am going to be sharing an interactive card using Twinkle Light Easy Lights from Pear Blossom Press. We do now carry these in the store, so that'll be linked in the description box below. I'm also showcasing the Moon and Stars stamp and die set from our shop. So I start out my card by blending 3 Distress Oxide inks. The first one being Dusty Concord. I do concentrate that in the top 2/3 of the card. Now, I mentioned we're going to do 3 colors. They're going to be in a horizontal manner. But by bringing that color 2/3 of the way down, I'm priming the fibers for the next layer. I then come in with Seedless Preserves along that middle section. And that's a little bit of a more vibrant ink. And then I follow that on the bottom third with Villainous Potion. And I am using Cottontail blending brushes from the Rabbit Hole, but we also sell those, so those will be linked down in the description box. Now, what you're not going to see on camera is I went back and I blended this twice. I find that if you repeat your blending twice, no matter what ink you use, you get a really seamless blend. It also allows you to bring in almost like it's like it gives you like 2 more colors because you're blending those seams really well. So it almost looks like we have 5 colors of purple, but we're really only using 3. Now I am bringing in Distress Oxide Black Soot, and I am blending that on the outer perimeter of the card, making an oval shape. This blend does not have to be perfect, as we are making a night sky and we are spritzing that with water. I use an atomizer sprayer to get the fine little pellets of color, and then I take off the end and I kind of tap in like the bigger splotches, and then I mop that up with a dry baby wipe. Next, I come in with Iridescent Medium, which you can find at any craft store, and I water that down, and then I splatter that onto the night sky to make really shiny stars. I think this just brings the wow factor in. I lay that off to the side to dry, and in the meantime I stamp the stars and the moons from the Moon and Stars stamp set, and I'm going to color those with Copics. You could use any alcohol marker or medium of your choice. I concentrate the Y19, which is the darkest color, on the outer edge of this big star, and then I come in with Y15 and 13. Now you'll notice that I concentrate the darker Y19 in different places on each star, just so that our stars have little depth and dimension, but I do walk those out to a Y13. Now the moon is the same color, but I actually blend that out to a Y11 on the outer rim of the moon, just so we have the brightness of the moon per se. And for the meteor trails, all of the stars are colored in the Y19, but then I alternate blues and pinks. So for my blues, I use a B06, a B04, and a B01. And I just concentrate those on one of the meteor trail. The blues are on the outside, and on the other one, it's on the center. Like where the trails kind of overlap, that's where I put my darkest color, which would be the B06. And then I blend that with the B04 down to the B01. This is basic alcohol marker blending. There's no super big trick to this. It's just let the back of your marker extend your shadows, okay? For the pinks, I use the RV11, 17, and 19. And by skipping that RV 13 or 14 in there, you're going to get a really vibrant pink, which is what I was going for. But if you don't want as much of a contrast, you could use any combination that you want. Next, now that the panel is dry, I emboss the Love You More Than the Moon and Stars. I use Versifying Onyx Black. And then I use Fine Detail Silver Embossing Powder, and I heat that with my WOW embossing tool. Now, since I used 80-pound coloring paper, I am backing all of my die cuts in black, because that way you don't see any of the wires and stuff. So typically when you use Twinkle Lights or Easy Lights, you poke a hole into the actual item and then you let the light shine up. I poked it into the background because I wanted the light to kind of immerse around the moon and the stars to make it look like it's like ambient lighting. So using my crafter's wand, I do that. I also pop up each of those elements so that the light can shine out around it. So you're going to see me kind of fiddle with that. And then you're going to see that I use foam tape all over the entire back and some score tape to hold my pieces down. The foam tape allows the card to have enough room in it that the light, like the button, doesn't stay pressed the whole time. So you have to press it, and your recipient will be able to turn that on and off, but it won't necessarily stay on all the time. So here are some final looks at my card. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I can't wait to see you next time.